scrolling, comparing, chasing, and you think you're falling behind. You see people traveling, making money, partying, and you feel like you're missing life. And that feeling, that's called fear of missing out, and it is destroying your own life. So in this video, I will show you how to beat it for good and actually build the life that everyone else wishes they had. Something you have to understand about the fear of missing out is that it didn't really exist 20 years ago. It is a new thing that happened mostly because of social media. Because people wake up and they instantly compare themselves to 1000 different people on 1000 different paths and 1000 different missions. You cannot look at everybody else and compare yourself to everybody else and try to be ahead of them in everything, because everyone has a different path and you should focus on your own path. But every time you scroll, you remind yourself of what you don't have but others do. And every time you chase more of what everyone else is doing, the further away you get from your own path and what you should be doing. So if you want to fix the fear of missing out, step 1 is going to be to understand that you are not late, you are just distracted. You're 18, 19, 20, 21, and you think you are behind. But behind what exactly? What have most other 18-year-olds achieved? What do most other 18-year-olds have? You might see online some guy caught a crypto pump and he rented a McLaren and he posts a picture on his McLaren on Instagram. Now, why does that matter and why does that bother you? You think you're behind him. He's in Dubai, like he has this McLaren, but he doesn't really have this McLaren. He doesn't really live in Dubai, and even if he does, what does that have to do with your mission? You're distracting yourself with other people, looking at what other people are doing, and you're actually getting further away from your own path. You cannot just look at everybody else and expect to progress. You should just focus on yourself and take advice from other people. Don't look at other people with jealousy. Don't look at what other people have that you are lacking. Look at other people, get inspired, get hungrier, get advice from other people that know more than you, and then focus on yourself, build yourself up, and actually do things which are going to move you forward. Stop looking at what others have achieved and try to achieve something for yourself. Here's a quick analogy to understand this better. The fear of missing out is like watching 10 people run 10 different marathons, and you think you need to be winning all of them in the same time. But you have only one race you need to run. You have only your own lane that you need to stick to. And the minute you start looking sideways at what other people are doing, at how much faster they are, what is going to happen is you're going to trip over your own feet and you're going to fall down and you're not going to be able to finish your own race. Don't look at other people, because other people are going to just distract you. Look at your own path, look at your own race, and just try to finish your race as good as you can. Don't look at how other people are going through their races. And they might be tired and they might sprint past you, but after 1 kilometer they're going to gas out and they're going to fall down and collapse. But if you just keep going at your own pace, you're going to reach the final destination, and they tried to sprint too quick and they couldn't make it. Step number 2 is going to be to get ruthless about your season. You cannot compare your building season to somebody else's harvest. For example, let's say you're 18 and you just started going to the gym, you just started building a business. You cannot look at somebody who is 24 and think, this guy has so much more money than me. This guy has such a better body. This guy has such a beautiful girlfriend. You cannot compare their self that has already made it to yourself that is still building. Because when they were 18, they were just like you. They weren't in shape. They didn't have this girlfriend. They didn't have that money. They were building and they had nothing. But what they did is, they didn't look at other people and be jealous of other people. What they did is, they kept building. They kept working on themselves, and that's the exact thing that you should do. You should stop looking at what other people already have and build it for yourself. Because these people that have these things, 5 years ago, they didn't have these things. 5 years ago, they were just like you, and they were building up. They didn't have anything of what they have now. And that's how everyone is. Unless you're born into a rich family, you're not going to have everything that you want instantly. You're going to have to work for it. And everyone who has something great has worked for it. If somebody looks at me in 10 years and says, this guy has so much money, this guy is living there, this guy is doing this. Yes, maybe I will be like that in 10 years, but right now, I don't really have that money. I don't have everything that I want. I'm not who I want to be. But what I understand is that people that just start are going to be the same as me right now. And in 5 years, when I'm different, I'm going to look at those people who are just starting and think, I was the exact same. Why are they comparing themselves to me after 5 years of doing what they just started doing? You have to not compare yourself to people who have already made it and people who have already achieved things. You should focus on yourself and working on your own thing. So again, remember this as well. While other people are partying, when other people are enjoying themselves, and maybe they haven't even made it, maybe it's just some random people, some random friends that are out on a party. Why do you care about them? Why do you care about them getting drunk and fucking up their own lives? They're literally fucking themselves over by doing that. They go out, they smoke, they drink, but you're here working on your business, going to the gym, doing all these things, and you have to understand that you are doing better than them. They're doing worse than you. You are building your future. They are fucking up their future. They have no future in front of them, and you're building your future. So for example, me, when I'm recording videos or editing videos or just shadowboxing alone, going to the gym alone, training alone, while others are partying, they're out having fun, I don't feel the fear of missing out. I feel good about myself because I know that the version of me in 2 years will be miles ahead from these people and I will still have fun on my own terms. Because when you first build and then have fun, it's way better and makes way more sense. If you have nothing and you party and waste everything, it's going to be way more difficult to come back up. But if you have nothing, you build up, and then you do a limited amount of partying and you still keep up the amount of building, you're going to live a way better life than all these people who are partying all the time now. And when I look at these other people that are not building for the future, I feel good about myself because I'm looking, okay, he's partying, he's having fun, amazing. I'm doing an even better thing. I'm building my own future. And this is going to help me way more than it's going to help him to party. Because what does partying help you with? All partying does is it gives you fun for the moment and gives you a headache tomorrow and gives you basically tomorrow you cannot do anything. If you party, you get drunk on Saturday, on Sunday you're not doing anything. And I know that because I've done that as well. I have partied hard and I have worked hard. I can tell you that working hard is always going to be better than partying hard. And you're going to always feel better after working hard than partying hard. Because when you party, it feels good in the moment, but after that, it's not that good. Yeah, maybe you'll get some memories, but if you do it every Saturday, you don't even get memories. It's just a normal thing to you at that point, and you're just wasting your time at that point. If you're building, if you are going up, if you're making money, if you have the body that you want, then sure, going to a party once every month is not a bad thing. You can go and you can enjoy yourself. But you shouldn't have the fear of missing out when you're building and other people are enjoying themselves. But if other people are enjoying themselves and you're doing fuck all, you're not building and you're not enjoying yourself, well, you have to just pick one. Because you cannot just be in the middle, because then you're just actually wasting your life. At least those people are having fun. And at least the other people are building something. If you're not doing anything, just scrolling TikTok all day, well, you're worse than both of those. And you have to pick one. And I would recommend you to pick the side of working hard and then later enjoying yourself. And then from time to time, you can have parties, you can enjoy yourself while you're still building. But remember to not get too caught up in that. And remember to not be jealous of the people that are partying while you're building. They should be the ones jealous because you're going to have a better future than them. I hope you understand this at this point. The people that are partying will have a worse future. The people that are working are going to have a better future. Which one do you really want to be? Step number 3 is going to be to replace the fear of missing out with vision. Because you cannot just beat it by saying, I don't care. You have to truly believe it and you have to truly know where you're headed. So you're going to beat it by locking in a future that is so clear and so real to you that nothing can distract you from it. Because when I see somebody partying, I don't even consider it. I just consider what I'm doing. So you have to figure out what you want to do. If you want to travel, you need to understand that you need to build your income first. If you want women, you need to understand that you need to become the man that they want first. If you want to be free, you need to sacrifice now and build so that you can have the choice later, the freedom of choice that you want to have. So you need to just understand that you need to know where you're headed to truly believe in yourself and to truly not want to party. Because if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know where you're headed, if you don't know what you want to actually achieve, you're always going to be like, man, these guys are having so much fun and I don't know what I'm doing. So of course you're going to naturally going to want to have fun just like these people. But you have to know what you're going to do and where you're headed. Build a clear vision. Because once you understand, okay, if I do this now, and if I keep doing it for 5 years, then I'm going to be able to live on this place, drive this car, buy this watch, be with this girl. You know, it's going to be kind of, you know what you're actually working for. And when you know what you're actually working for, it's going to be just your vision is on that, your vision is on your work, and you don't even consider the people partying. So for me, for example, if I see somebody's story and he's partying, I'm like, I don't really care. I don't even look at people's stories like that. If I see on Instagram somebody like a close friend of mine or like the close friend's story, I can check that, but I don't really look at anybody's story aside of that. And when I go on Instagram, I don't see people to compare myself to. I see people that I like and people that motivate me and things that I like. I see some nice quotes. I see some boxers. I see some people that go to the gym. And I'm thinking, okay, I want to build a physique like that. I'm not jealous of him. I'm not comparing myself to him. I'm thinking, okay, I want a physique like that. What do I need to do to get that physique? Okay, I need to train like this. I need to eat like this. I need to take this kind of a supplement that's actually going to help me a lot. And just think about it in that way. Think about it in a way that actually helps you improve, not in a way where you're comparing yourself and actually being like, this guy has so much money, this guy has such a good physique. No, how can I have the same physique? How can I make the same amount of money? Why do I want to have the same physique? Why do I want to make the same amount of money? Which is something I talked about in the previous video. To find why you want to do things and to find how you do things, which is going to be something that is also going to be really helpful for you. A good analogy to think about replacing the fear of missing out with vision is to think of your life right now as building a castle. You're laying bricks one by one, and it's going to be boring, repetitive, it's going to be lonely, but one day you'll be living in the castle while other people are struggling to pay their rent. You have built a whole castle, and other people are going to struggle to pay rent, and they're still going to party, and they're never going to learn to build their own castle. Step number 4 is going to be to embrace the joy of missing out, which is something that I think I might have. Start enjoying the fact that you're not doing what everybody else is doing. Start enjoying the fact that you're different. Everyone else is partying and fucking their lives up while you're out here building your life up. You're learning, you're doing, you're building your physique, you're actually working on yourself and improving while other people are degrading. They're doing worse. They're going to be worse tomorrow than they were today. They're going to be 10 times worse after 10 months than they are now. But you're going to be 10 times better in 10 months. You're going to learn 10 times more things. You're going to build your business much bigger. You're going to make way more money. You're going to have a way better physique. But what you need to understand is that you need to feel the joy of that. Feel the joy of being lonely, of putting in work, and don't have to be lonely. You can have friends that are on the same mission and you're not going to be lonely. That's pretty simple. But just focus on your own thing, focus on actually working, and focus on the things that you're doing that are actually going to separate you from other people. Because if you're working, you should have joy that you are working and building yourself up, not fucking your life up like other people. You should be laughing at them and they should be the ones that are missing out. That's the kind of dynamic that it should be. You should enjoy yourself while building and they should fear missing out building, because they're not going to build the castle and they're not going to be able to pay their rent, but you're building your castle and you're going to live in a fucking castle by the time that they finish partying and they wake up and it's like, oh, I cannot pay my rent. Well, hello, you should have built a castle while I was building a castle, and now we could both be living in castles and we shouldn't need to worry about rent or anything like that. But no, you chose to party and to have fun instead of building the castle, and then now you don't have money to pay your rent and you're struggling and you work a job that you hate. Well, surprise, you should have been building, not partying. A thing that you need to remember is that every time you say no to distractions, you're saying yes to the future version of you. The future version of you that has the freedom, that has the respect from other people, that has the money, that has the lifestyle that he wants. While other people don't have that. The other people chose to party too much, so they don't have what they actually want. And they're asking you, how did you do that? Well, I was building a castle while you were partying. So just let others chase validation. Let them post every second of their lives on Instagram. You're building something that is real. And this fear of missing out fades when you realize that you're not missing out on anything that is worth having. You're actually doing what is worth doing. You're not missing out on anything worthwhile. You're missing out on getting drunk and feeling like shit. You're missing out on getting addicted to drugs. Is that really a thing that you would actually enjoy missing out on that? Like, I honestly wouldn't like to go get drunk and get addicted to drugs. That's something that I would love to miss out on. That's something that you shouldn't want to do. You should want to just stay in your lane, focus on your own thing, and just build your own version of life. So if this video helped you, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, you can subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content and to see other videos like this that are actually going to make you think. Because here I'm not following a trend, I'm not trying to copy somebody else, I'm just trying to be myself and explain to you the things that I have learned throughout time and things that I have also learned from other people, and basically all of the most valuable things that you can get, and to actually try to make you think and to actually try to make you, wake up from certain things and actually fix your own life. Because I'm not going to fix your life. I'm going to give you some things that you can do, but then you have to take the action and then you have to fix your life for you. Not because I said it, for yourself. So, as every time, thank you for watching.